1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, you guys, welcome. Deborah King Live. Great to be back with you. We're going to have a really fun show. Don't go away.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
The Spirit came to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. You know the Spirit came to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. The Spirit came to me, hey, and I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, each and every day.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Oh, each and every day, I'm gonna let it shine. Each and every day, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hope that woke you up, huh?
Woo!
What a beautiful day, huh? God, what a privilege just to be alive. So, you know, you can call me today. My little red phone is working. It's 188-DEB-SHOW. That's 188-332-7469. Or if you're international, just come to deborahking.com/DEB-SHOW. You can connect with me that way. And you probably want to call now and hop in the queue. Happy to work with you and help you today. Be fun. I'd be honored. So you remember you can just, if you're here with me on Facebook, you can just click the share button and invite your friends and family to come join us. Okay, so today I want to say a few words like I always do. Topic, I imagine you've already figured out, would be gun violence, right? We got to talk about it. We've got to do something, each of us individually. And, you know, it's not meant to be divisive. It's about humanity. You know, we don't want to live in a country where it's more important to carry a gun than to save a child's life. None of us do. And, you know, we need to do more than just pray. At this point, this morning, I signed up for a site called Everytown. You may already know about it. There's nothing political about it. It takes no political position of any kind. It's just, you know, mothers for, against gun violence and children against gun violence. And so I want to recommend that you go check it out after the show. Again, it's called Everytown, and you can find it on Facebook. And it's the, you know, where you wear orange to signify that, you know, you too are against gun violence. We each of us, we've got to do something. We just can't watch people be slaughtered. And if you want to think of it from a personal level, it could be us. It could be you in the mall or in the in the store or in the church, or in the street. It could be any of us or any of our loved ones. So let's all get proactive, huh? All right. Just a heads up that I've got a really cool free event day after tomorrow. That's this Thursday, open house. So it's deborahking.com/open house to get a seat. You want to sign up for it. It's a real opportunity to get behind the scenes. We'll pull the curtain up briefly for you to see what goes on in my fairly exclusive, frankly, year-long program I have for just 20 new people a year. That's all I can shepherd per year. I pretty much guarantee I will blow your socks off and take you to the next highest spiritual level, if not higher. I've seen people jump several levels at once. So you might want to come see and listen to my students talk about it. I don't really say much there. I listen to them and let them tell you what it's been like. So again, that's deborahking.com/open house. Love to see you Thursday at 2, same time. And it's not on Facebook. It's on Zoom. So you have to sign up to get a seat. And then I want to introduce the band, of course. So we've got Jack Lee, our music director over here. Shared the stage with some famous people like Jimi Hendrix, and lucky to have him. And we've got JB White.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, JB's back. Yay, JB. He's been out of town, and what a sound he's got, right? And our drummer, James, we got him up on a platform now. Go, James.
Thank you for the new
He's
platform.
the king of percussion, no kidding. And over here I've got Lois, who kind of, shepherds us all, speaking of shepherding. and not only sings and writes music, but arranges. So she's just a huge presence here. And we've got Lee Roleg and on the guitar and the violin, and then David Telegian, our sax guy, who also plays the flute and the clarinet. Go, Dave. All right, we got a fun song. This takes me back. My grandfather, my Irish grandfather, used to sing this in the kitchen when he was drinking and cooking the turkey. really reminds me of him. And sing along with this. You probably know When Irish Eyes Are Smiling. I bet you know it, okay?
There's a tear in your eye, and I'm wondering why that it never should be there at all. With such power in your smile, sure as stone you'd beguile, and there's never a teardrop should fall. When your sweet lilting laughter is like some fairy song, and your eyes sparkle bright as can be, oh, then laugh for a while, and all other times smile, and then smile a smile for me. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your or they'll seal your heart away.
Sure is fun to sing with Lois. Go Lois. Okay. Got something very exciting to talk about today. I want to talk about how we're all connected, and it's a topic I've been working on for, I guess, half my life, right? But I did have some new insights I want to share with you right now. So I want to blow your mind, that's all, by sharing a discovery. And, you know, all I'm ever doing, by the way, is discovering stuff that was previously discovered that's been misplaced. But I really will leave you eager for the rest of your life once you sit and think about this topic. So it will help you unshackle your innate ability to heal yourself and other people. So I'm going to prove to you that we're all connected energetically. Maybe you already know, but you know, we have to kind of rethink it sometimes, don't we? We start to feel separate. It can revolutionize the way you think, see, and interact with others. 100%. Everybody you come in contact with, from your mother-in-law to the, you know, the guy that hauls your garbage away in the morning, everyone. And no matter how far apart you may think you are from them, or how predisposed you are to feel about them, you will find out that they are you, and you are them. So let's get started. I'll give you some real amazing quotes. In Cosmos, A Personal Voyage by, you may have seen it years ago, it's 1980, it's a TV series by Carl Sagan. He said, "We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself." Then Neil deGrasse Tyson, I just love this stuff, I watch all of it, okay, or read it. He said in Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, that's a book he wrote, he said, "What we do know, what we can assert without hesitation, is that the universe has a beginning, it continues to evolve, and every single one of our body's atoms is traceable," he says, "to a thermonuclear furnace more than 5 billion years ago." I mean, just take that in for a minute. Wow, right? Pretty incredible. And he says we're stardust brought to life, that we are empowered by the universe to figure itself out. We are part of it, of course, so we're figuring ourselves out, as is the universe. And he also mentions we've just gotten started on this. Ooh, wow. Now, one more quote is Lawrence Krauss. He wrote a book called A Universe from Nothing, Why There Is Something Rather Than Nothing. And he said, to paraphrase a little, he said, "The amazing thing is every atom in your body came from a star that exploded." Notice they're all saying essentially the same thing. He said, "The atoms in your left hand probably came from a different star than the ones in your right hand." Take that in for a second. He said the most poetic thing that he knows is from physics. He says we're all stardust. That we couldn't be here if stars hadn't exploded, because the elements for life, the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and iron that are required for evolution, they weren't there at the beginning of time. They were created in this furnace of stars. And the only way they can get into your body is if those stars are kind enough to explode. Isn't this fascinating? So just to digress for a moment, I started really getting into this stuff about, I don't know, 20 years ago, I guess. And I ended up actually going on stage and declaring that I realized I was from the stars about 5 years ago. It's kind of a crazy thing to do. But I keep repeating this established fact. As I have just now, I've given you all these famous writers and thinkers, all established and incredible thinkers, to underscore that you and I and everything else in the universe is energetically connected, because we all came from the same place, the same source. So in physics, That's called quantum entanglement. Not to get too heavy, but that theory says that whenever something begins as a whole, even though it may be physically separated, energetically, it is still connected. All right, now let's just think about that fact for a few seconds. Again, whether this is new to you or not, you have a chance to embrace this fact, because what it means is the potential for global transformation is here. Wow, don't we want to transform the globe, right? Starting in the good old USA with no more gun violence, right, as we discussed earlier. So whenever something begins as a whole, as did the earth, right, even though the parts on it, the people, are physically separated, energetically, we are all connected. It's so beautiful. Now, I can give you some famous quotes that, you can dial right in here. There's a Serbian proverb that says, "Be humble, for you are made of earth, but be noble, because you are made of star." Now, maybe you read The Puzzle Ring by Kate Forsyth, where essentially she said there's a flame and a magic inside every stone, every flower, every bird, every song, every frog. There's magic in the trees and the hills and the rivers and the rocks. Wow, she is very poetic, by the way. Deep, wild magic, she calls it. And it's in me and it's in you. It's in every sentient creature, everything that lives. Even the dirt that you sweep up out on your porch is stardust. We are all of us, every living thing made of star. And it's unimaginable, isn't it? So you're probably breathless right now, gobsmacked by what I just said. It's speechless, right? It's so outrageous, but so true. If you're thinking about this for the first time in your life, or not, here's a chance for you to really contemplate it and think about, what does this mean to me? What does this mean to you, if that we're all connected? Or maybe you're almost giving yourself a case of whiplash because you already knew this and you're nodding and saying, yes, 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 Deborah. So whichever. I want this thought to stay robustly in you, because the insights and the implications that come from it are enormous. So if you think about it, the immense and increasing consciousness of this fact that we are all connected is nearing the tipping point. You're starting to see it in movies, right, in books. That's a 100th monkey moment. Now, I'll talk about that a little bit later in the second half here, but basically 100th monkey theory, which you probably have heard of, is it's required to create the kind of world we envision. We want kind of a non-religious heaven here on earth, right? We want to be loved, welcomed, heard, respected, acknowledged, and treated the same as we're treating. We want equal treatment, right? We want respect. And that may sound naive to you, given the current divisive political and cultural and corporate climate. But that's just because the authorities, who are not quite on the program yet, are dedicated to trying to keep us all in separate, we can call them silos. You're in one silo and I'm in another, and they tell us we have nothing in common. We're different colors, we live in different states. I mean, the silos, right? That keeps us from deciding to join together to establish a common good for all of us. But in my opinion, the authoritarian and patriarchal personalities here on the planet are on the brink of losing. There's time for it to switch all the way back from the patriarchy. It's been 5,000 years, guys, and it's time to support and pass legislation and cultural mores that don't create internal strife and not separate silos, make us realize that we're all together. But in order to prevail, we have to remember that people in the other silos aren't enemies, not at all. They're part of the same stardust, the same energetic pattern as we are. And that's how we all transform one another. It's a common goal, and we're all in it together. Now, if you know how a tuning fork works, to tune a musical instrument, like you see guys playing behind me, you have a sense of what our task is. It's to combine our higher vibrational energy field with a lower field till it's entrainment. The higher field pulls up the lower field. And when this happens, minds begin to vibrate at higher, more truly spiritual levels and shift into higher consciousness. And everyone then realizes that equity and loving kindness is the way to go. It's the quintessential force of the universe. And if we keep defending a smaller interest, and we're exploiting, others or the planet, it isn't going to work out in the long run. Now, I know this is a lot to take in, but it's the only way that we as a species can survive long term. There's been so many indigenous populations that have known about this connection to the earth and to the cosmos. Of course, we've wiped them out, but they were here for a long time. So now it's time for us to figure it out and embrace it. So I know that's why you're here listening today. You too want connectivity, you want peace, you want joy. That's hopefully what Deborah King Live provides you. We're here to love and guide less guided thinking and more fear-based thinking, away from a scarcity mindset, because there's plenty for all. There's no scarcity. We want to have a mindset of abundance, of joy, of self-healing, of inclusion, not exclusion, of inclusion and loving kindness. All right, let's take a little break, go sing a song, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you how to achieve this for yourself. Okay? Fun little song. I want you to join in. I know you guys know this one. Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Sing along with us.
Play ball.
Take me out to the ball. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never come back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Out to the ball, take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Okay, let's talk more about connectivity and what we can do to be part of it. So as we were talking about this, this is like an energetic plan we want to put into action. It's critical to make sure that you and I and everybody else on the planet is proactively involved in this endeavor, that we're all operating from within an energy field that's, well, hopefully vibrating at the highest level possible. you know, that would be at the level of loving kindness. Well, what is that, right? Well, loving kindness can be found right here on this program, right? You can see that we're in a state of loving kindness. So when you join in our energy, you're part of that. Whether you're just kicked back and, you know, laying on the beach or at work listening or watching, you know, as you drive, as we're inclined to, you're part of it. You're part of it. But, you know, isn't always easy, right, to enter into a state of higher vibration. Really. We have to position ourselves. There is a risk that we can be derailed by less helpful emotions like what? Frustration, anger. If you have that problem, let me point you to my Hawaiian forgiveness meditation of Ho'oponopono, which I taught here on Facebook a few months ago. And if you don't know where it is, check out my blog today, coming out later today. It'll have a link to it. You know, it's a really helpful exercise that, you know, the Hawaiians gave us. What a gift, right? That'd be a great place to start if you are really stuck in a state of intense irritation. So you have to understand that the lower vibration folks you're attempting to influence are just misguided, usually very fearful, by the way. Fear is the opposite of love. They're standing in their own way of becoming enlightened, and it doesn't matter what position they hold in society. If it's fear-based, it's going to be lacking the ability to understand and feel empathy, which is really too bad. Or the concept of fair play, or looking beyond narrow interests. So we need to perceive and proceed as if everyone has a moral compass and is ready to be beloved, okay, and not fearful, because that's who we all are. That's who we are. Again, we are all connected. We really are. So we have to approach others in the same way that we want them to approach us. No barriers. It's not like it's an intrusion. We're not a fortified castle, okay? So there's a quote that you might want to consider from Bishkep Kumar. I love this quote, who said, if you want to be loved, love. If you want to be understood, understand. If you want peace, make peace. If you want to be seen, shine. And if you want to be heard, listen. Because you only get what you give. Isn't that a great quote? That's in my blog, by the way, if you're looking to give that more thought and want to read it again. The other thing is we have to befriend people. We have to help the people that are fearful or misinformed. We have to help them feel safe and loved. And to the degree you accomplish that, you're succeeding. You're succeeding. If you befriend people at the heart level, you'll have such an improved relationship. There's Jeanette LeBlanc. I'll paraphrase. She says, out there is a love that speaks like you in poetry and candle wax and stardust. And that person, when you find them, they will see you and they will know you. And just as you are, just as you should be. And they will say, yes, yes to you. Yes, I will go there with you. I have been waiting for this. Isn't she poetic? Wow. You also have to be patient, because when people realize they're maybe misled or mistaken, they have to change position. They have to process. They have to mourn. They have to recover. There's a grieving process. And they might backslide, right, a time or two. It will usually be the fear center in their hyper-alert brain that goes off, and they need time to desensitize their amygdala. That's the part in the brain that, you know, says fear, fear, fear. It has to be retrained. Recall that it took you time to get where you are intellectually and energetically, and give others the opportunity to have the same growth. Give them the same leeway, the same grace. Think how, frankly, retarded we were back whenever, and let's give everyone the same opportunity. Now, I want to talk a little more about the 100th monkey effect that I mentioned early. It's fascinating because it's being widely shared right now. You've probably seen it in one form or another in a movie or a TV show or a documentary. I see it all the time now. It's like, speaking of the 100th monkey, it's popping up everywhere. So in a nutshell, It refers to the phenomena where a new behavior or a new concept, a new idea, spreads rapidly by some inexplicable means from one group to another group, or to even another place once a critical number, hypothetically 100, in the group exhibit the new behavior or acknowledge the new idea. I'm sure you've seen this in your own life, right? The behavior is said to propagate to groups that can be even physically separated and have no apparent means of communicating with each other. Like monkeys on one island, 100 of them adopting a behavior, and the next thing is they're observed that thousands of miles away, monkeys on another island are behaving in the same way. Clearly they weren't communicating, right? So this is what happens as we influence others. We have this 100th monkey loving kindness effect. When we live our lives in response and in conjunction with loving kindness, we leave a legacy that can profoundly change the future you're living in. We are the future, right? And so on some long distant day from now, each of us will transition at some point to a plane of existence. We all will, of course. Maybe somebody will write about us at some point along the lines of what Ashke Vasu said, and her heart burst like the stars do in the end, and she fell on her knees, but the whole world looked at her in awe. She lit the whole universe on fire in that moment. In the end, she was as beautiful as the stardust falling from the sky, and her heart didn't ache anymore. Wouldn't we all love a send-off like that one? Wow, wow. Ugh. So let's go back and sing another song and just think about that, okay? Just think about that. We have a real special treat for you today. We have Lois singing one of her original songs. It's just been released.
Thank you.
Go Lois.
Got to come together. We've got to live one
Wow. Notice that Lois's song totally meshes and dovetails with my little talk on connectivity.
Yes.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was
Thank you.
serendipitous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even know
We
that
didn't
we
plan
were
that.
both doing the same subject today. And I want you to remind you that you heard this song here first. You
Yes.
heard it here. All right. I'll take some calls on the red phone now.
On the red phone. Gonna call on the red phone. Just call on the red phone. Deborah's got a red phone. Gotta call on the red phone. Hey. Get on the red phone. That's a number you can call. Gotta get on the red phone.
Guess you can tell the band's having a great time today. It's like perfect weather. It's about 75 degrees with a mild breeze. And yeah, I was just going to say James is up on this like amazing platform having a great time. As long as he doesn't decide that he gets so, yeah, that he backs up into the pool. And David, I heard you playing that. That was the clarinet you were playing a bit ago, right? Yeah, no, that's amazing sound. I had to turn around and look to see what you were playing. I didn't realize that, yeah, you have that up your arsenal too, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sound. Okay. Hi, this is Deborah. Hi. Hi there. Fingers crossed. Not hearing anyone yet, team. We've had some technical difficulties, as you guys know, but I don't think Mercury's retrograde anymore, is it? Not hearing anybody yet. Oh, that caller didn't quite make it through. We'll try again. So, up. Second time's a charm.
Hello?
Hi, this is Deborah.
Hello?
Hello, what's your name? I can hear
Hello?
you. I can hear you. What's your name? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Want me to hang up again? Team? Yep. So while we're waiting, you know, we have a live event here on September 1. That's a Thursday, and you can come sing with the band in the flesh. In person, we'll be doing all cover songs. We'll be meditating, swimming, eating, hiking, doing energy healing, and singing in the evening. So to get a seat at that thing and you need a room there. It's deborahking.com/retreat. Check it out because I will run out of rooms. Hey, this is Deborah. Hopefully,
Hello?
Oh, I hear a voice. Okay. You hear me okay? I think we might still have some technical problems. Phone company's been working with us. I can hear you okay. The phone company's been working with us on this, but I'm not sure it's quite dialed in yet. What do you think, Brian? Want me to hang up? Hang up? Okay. So I hope you can make it to Ojai for September 1. My first in-person work since the pandemic. I'm really missing working with people in person. I really am. And just to give you a sneak peek into the future, we're also going to be doing an event in Sedona. It's I think the second week of June of 2023, and again, very limited. Neither one of these are you know, I took all the rooms they have at these venues, but they're not huge places. So We'll give you an early opportunity to sign up for the Sedona retreat. Incredible energy there. I spent some time there a few weeks ago, and I can promise you, your top of your head will come off there because, like Ojai, it has vortexes, and so it's a real powerful place. I mean, I just took off. I thought I could fly, and it's just an astonishing experience. I hope you can join me there too. We gonna try again, Brian, or? Oh. Still working on this. This is Deborah. No.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello. Don't think they can hear me, Brian.
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you. We don't quite have this together.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Jack, I know we have another song. Besides Sunshine, we have another one. You want to pull it up? Remind me what we have. I'm going to hang up because I'm not hearing anybody. You want me to give it one more try? Or should we... Oh, yeah, that's a thought. Brian, shall we give it a try next time? Yes. Okay, no big deal.
And we're an F group.
You guys will want to sing along with us, okay? This is a fun one. I bet you know it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rockin' my soul so high you can't get over it, so low you can't get under it, so wide you can't get around it. Oh, rockin' my soul so high, can't get over him. So my soul can't get over him. So my soul can't get over him. Oh, rock my soul.
Play it, Dave. Ready, roll on. Hey, Jack, play it.
My soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Can't get Abraham. So my soul can't get Abraham. Rock my soul can't get Abraham. Oh, rock my soul.
I could just do this all day. I can't believe I have to, go back to work. Oh, darn. This is just so much fun. Okay, just to remind you, I mentioned it early on in the show, but I've got an open house day after tomorrow. That's Thursday. What's today? What is today? 7th. So that would be June 9, day after tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific. You have to go to deborahking.com/open house to sign up for a seat. And last year I ran out of seats, so you might want to jump on it. It's your chance to come behind the scenes and see what we do with our 20 special curated students that come for a year for very advanced spiritual training. It's a program I've had for about 10 years. And I keep threatening to retire, and then I see what happens with these students. I can't believe my students that just graduated last week. And you can come hear them talk, and they'll be very candid about their experience. I mean, I can't believe what they've accomplished. Personally, professionally, and spiritually. No kidding. I mean, each person has their own gifts, and my job is to take that gift and help you develop it. You know, I can see it. It's there, and sometimes it's up in your 8th chakra, and it hasn't quite downloaded into your personality yet. So as an example, when I was not yet downloaded, I was afraid of public speaking. I mean, terrified. I was the one who'd rather, you know, be in the, what's the saying, rather be in the coffin than give the eulogy. That was me. I mean, and I was a lawyer. It was very, very professionally limiting. I didn't want to go to court, right? I still remember, I'll tell you about my very first court appearance. I screwed up, and I was a prosecutor for the California state of California prosecutor. And I raised my stupid hand and offered to do what they call do a writ, which means you worked all weekend. So, you know, I know how to write, so all weekend, you know, I was about 24 years old. I worked on this writ, you know, I want to do probably impress. It was 99 men and 1 woman, me, in the whole company, in the whole office. And I must have written a pretty good writ, because the case went to the Supreme Court. I'm like, that's not a good place to start, probably, for someone that has acute fear of public speaking. So I walked down the street to the Supreme Court, because you went right there in Sacramento, and I thought, you know, I'll be okay. You know, I just kept saying that to myself. And the whole office decided to come down and watch Deborah make her first argument. And I still remember I walked up, and there's a bench of men, right, in black robes. And I have it memorized. I said, may it please the court, my name is Deborah King, and I represent the appellant in this matter. And then I'm told nothing else came out of my mouth. I froze. I had an out-of-body memory. I don't remember any of this. And I was led away by a colleague in the office. Wow. Totally humiliating. But my point is, you can see I like to speak now. In fact, they can't shut me up. So I can pull your gift out of you. I really can. You might have a special, special gift. Everybody does. Everybody does. It's just a question of finding it. So let me help you find it. Come to my open house, deborahking.com/open house. Get a seat and listen to these guys and gals talk about what gift of theirs they have found and what they're doing with it. All right, we got one more song to sing. Let's sing.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1. There's a dark and the troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Oh, we meet in the darkness and strife. The sunny side we always view. Keep on sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. We roll out.
Play that fiddle.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten up the way, and we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Here we go. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the
This will keep my speaking of vibration, it'll keep my vibration up for a couple days. And then thank God, we get together again and we rehearse songs for your next show. And so it's just one fun thing after another here. Okay, just to remind you again, I've got the next show is June 21st, 2 o'clock, right here in the garden. So be sure to come join us. Love to have you. And also remember, I've got a retreat here in Ojai starting September 1. That's a Thursday, so you'd fly in Thursday or drive in and go home on Sunday. So it's a good long stay, and it's very bucolic there. It's pretty much what you see here, just not the flowers, but other than that, it's just over the hill here, and you'll love it. It's just us, very private, quiet valley where you can just kick back and really get in touch with yourself and reunite with new friends and old friends and sing along with the band and have a really good time. So again, that's /retreat. Come check it out. I have a limited number of rooms there. It's not a big place. Very safe. We'll be outdoors. Everything we do will be outside. So if you're worried about your personal safety, don't, because it'll be totally safe. All right, you guys. Loved having you. Till I see you again, you take care.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And the Spirit came to me, and I'm gonna let it shine. The Spirit came to me, I'm gonna let it shine. I said the Spirit came to me, hey, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, each and every day.